Okay, let's dive right into this. Letters from a Stoic is not just some calm, polite advice. Letters from a Stoic is literally a raid on your excuses. Today's explainer on Letters from a Stoic by Seneca tackles a pretty brutal truth. You keep asking for direction while giving every single hour away. Letters from a Stoic, written by Seneca, was definitely not meant for a soft afternoon. He wrote this book for pressure, for status, loss, insult, real weight. And that is exactly why this book still burns so brightly today.
It's funny, right? The habit of busyness looks completely harmless at first. You respond fast, you explain more, you absorb moods that honestly never even asked for your consent. But suddenly, your judgment stops being judgment. It just becomes a reflex. This book makes a really severe claim here. Your availability is not freedom. It's actually an abandoned inner core. It's like a door opens and your mind just leaves.
So the absolutely crucial point is that in this book, this philosophy is a practice, not a product. And practice? Well, practice means your day is not just raw material for everyone else's noise. It means your first duty is not to react to everything that happens around you. Actually, scratch that. Your only real first duty is to rule the court inside you.
Let's build our foundation with this definition. Inner jurisdiction. That is the lawful authority over your own judgment and time. Think about a mind without this inner jurisdiction for a second. It's basically like a city with no gates. Markets just roar right through the temple, you know? Couriers are literally sleeping in the judge's chair. The city might still have its beautiful marble, sure, but it no longer has any order. And sadly, that is the modern mind with no inner law.
Okay, moving into Section 1, False Freedom of Access, which is all about motion without structure. The pain you're feeling right now isn't empty space. It's motion without architecture. You feel lost because absolutely everything is allowed to enter. We all tend to hold this false belief, We think, I can stay available to everything and still remain in command of myself. And I know it feels generous. It feels strategic, even moral, right? I really wish this weren't true, but look at where it leads. Follow the logic cleanly with me here. If every single demand can interrupt you, then demand is what governs your rank. And if demand governs your rank, your values do not. So you aren't actually available. You are completely dispersed. This sets up a pretty brutal dilemma for us. Choose one. You either answer every demand and lose your mind, or you refuse the demand and risk looking cold. Both of these options feel ugly. They both sting, right? But here's the thing. They are both symptoms of the exact same misunderstanding. They both wrongly treat other people's approval as the final court of law in your life. Which naturally leads us to this sharp question. Who has lawful rule over your judgment? This is the pressure break we need. Before the next request hits you, you absolutely have to name the court. You have to ask, does this deserve my judgment or only my awareness? Because awareness can notice the noise, but judgment must not kneel to it. If you confuse the two, every single notification becomes a permanent verdict on your time.
Remember, not every knock is law. This book keeps returning to time, but not as a schedule on a calendar. It sees time as moral territory. When you say yes without engaging your judgment, you are giving away so much more than just minutes. You're giving away the right to shape yourself. It is the literal theft of the self. That is exactly why your speed might feel like you're being of service, but it's actually robbing you blind.
Let's move to Section 2, the arch that holds, moving from defense to design. You see, this book turns from defense to the design of an arch that actually bears weight. A defended mind isn't enough. That's just a bunker. You need an arch. And here we dismantle the second false belief. I need the right path before I can commit. It sounds so careful and refined, right? But waiting for a calm sky before acting simply makes your action a hostage. If the path must appear completely clear before you take a step, well, clarity will never arrive. The belief just eats its own road. This brilliantly illustrates the Stoic reversal. A stone arch doesn't wait for a calm sky. It holds because every piece meets the force. The pressure doesn't ruin the form, it reveals it. So do not ask how to avoid disturbance. Ask yourself, what part of me is disturbed because it was never built in the first place? Yeah, that hurts a bit, but it completely moves your focus from the weather outside to your own structure inside. This brings us to the golden anchor point of this explainer. Lawful response. True freedom is not getting fewer blows from the world. Freedom is maintaining a lawful response under pressure. You don't become free when life finally stops touching you. You become free when that touch no longer appoints your ruler. On to Section 3, Cost of a Soft Court, or the Hidden Bleed.
When you keep obeying everyone else's demands, you start to resent the very people you are serving. That resentment feels private, but it completely leaks into your tone and your body. So, you're hit with another false choice: lower your ambition to protect your peace, or keep your ambition and sacrifice your peace entirely. But in this book, peace is not softness. Peace is rank and order. It's the internal architecture that lets your strength serve the right master, rather than letting ambition become your tyrannical employer.
I really want you to freeze the next urge you have to prove yourself. Remember, feeling is a witness, not a king. Mastery doesn't mean you just go numb. No, mastery means you feel the pressure, but you absolutely refuse to let that pain draft the law. Hold the feeling where the light can touch it, ask what it's trying to buy from you, and recognize it as just a witness in your court.
So, the absolutely crucial point is this: your direction was never actually missing. It's just that every road costs way too much when no one rules the toll. Your inner court was left unguarded. You were out there asking for a map, but this book is asking you to appoint a judge.
This brings us to Section 4, the rule you can keep, establishing the rule.
Let's pull all these threads together. That crack in your arch, it was the exact place where the force of your life became visible. So here's the actionable rule for your next 24 hours. Step 1, choose one boundary. Step 2, name it before the world names it for you. And Step 3, guard 1 hour.
Just one. Really isolate your focus here. Refuse one false emergency today. Just let one person misunderstand you. Do not explain your soul out of its own house.
I want you to write this exact sentence by hand. I do not owe my judgment to the loudest thing. Put it right where your day begins and test it before noon. Because honestly, a philosophy that isn't tested early is simply taste.
If this struck bone today, here's exactly what you need to do. Deep dive the philosophy. The permanent verdict of this book is clear. You need to own the inner court.
This is the decision. Make it now. If not now, not ever. The world may keep its noise, but your judgment does not belong to it. Are you going to let them keep ruling your court?